This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Here now are the top Disney park stories from around the world for June 10th, 2022. According to the New York Times, Disney CEO Bob Chapek fired both Peter Rice and Jeff Morrell, whose breaks with the company were both officially framed as departures. Jeff Morrell exited the Walt Disney Company in April, less than 4 months after taking over as Chief Communications Officer. We learned yesterday that Disney General Entertainment Chairman Peter Rice is also leaving the company. The New York Times spoke to 3 people familiar with the matter who said that Rice was a, quote, ill fit with Disney's corporate culture. The Times also implied Chapek may have been concerned about Rice, as he has been one of many suggested replacements for the CEO. Jeff Morrell, of course, while not a CEO candidate, was fired after Chapek faced a series of bad press. The blame was shifted to Morrell after the Don't Say Gay bill controversies, the resulting conflicts with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a petition for his firing, and a series of other blunders and rumblings from insiders led to rumors of his removal as CEO. In an official statement, though, the Walt Disney Company's board backed CEO Bob Chapek and his leadership. Susan E. Arnold, the chairwoman of the board, said in a statement to the New York Times, quote, "The strength of the Walt Disney Company's businesses coming out of the pandemic is a testament to Bob's leadership and vision for the company's future. In this important time of business growth and transformation, we are committed to keeping Disney on the successful path it is on today. And Bob and his leadership team have the support and confidence of the board." The board coming out in support of Chapek is in the best interest of Disney's share price, of course. The stock has been close to dipping below $100 as of late, which is considered a threshold where a lot of things could change in the company. The timing of the firing announcement in tandem with the declaration of confidence seems to indicate the board is doing their job, which is to protect the stock price at all costs. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that the board of directors, this vote of confidence doesn't mean anything. This vote of confidence is to instill that the company is stable and things are fine, and to keep that stock price stable, which thankfully it stayed stable yesterday through this announcement. This is just, there's been a lot of instability in the company on so many fronts, from a public relations standpoint, public perception standpoint, from a business standpoint, customer service standpoint. We have seen nothing but trouble since Chapek got the job. And obviously, you know, here at WDWNT, since the moment he got the Parks and Resorts job, we saw the writing on the wall and have sort of preached about that for many years, even at a point at which a lot of people said we were just being negative. And obviously, you know, this is not me trying to say, oh, we're right. It was just clear to us the change in operations in the park were not good. And when he got the CEO job, it just was clear that a person that makes those kind of decisions in Parks and Resorts is not going to necessarily make the right decisions, at least in the eyes of the fans or shareholders even, you know, as CEO. That's just not going to be a thing. So here we are, once again, people being either fired or thrown under the bus by Chapek to keep this job. This is not the first time, right? Catherine Powell did a magnificent job at Disneyland Paris. I've spoken to so many cast members out there, and every single one of them goes on and on about how great she was to work for, how they miss her. And then, of course, she moved up the chain. She seemed destined for greatness within the company. And then when the summer opening, the opening summer of Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland didn't go according to plan and numbers were low, Chapek threw her under the bus, and she was this great person who meant a lot to a lot of people in the company and seemed to do the right things for fans and for shareholders and for everyone, was gone from the company. A tremendous loss. Tom Staggs, the Hollywood Reporter, reported months ago, still not giving specific details, but saying, coming out enough to say that Tom Staggs was undermined. He was sure to be next in line for CEO. Chapek undermined him. Again, no specifics, but that's, again, quote from the Hollywood Reporter. This is how this guy is. He's cutthroat, and we've learned that firsthand at WDWNT. He has had a very personal rivalry with us, both things I have publicly shared and things I have still not shared to date, and will probably share when the time is right. This guy is bad news, and I truly believe this vote of confidence does not mean anything. I think this is trying to keep things stable until the contract is up and it's time to find someone else, and the time is coming. But again, like, do you want a CEO that of this company that has this certain reputation? Do you want to have a CEO where now the public is well aware of the way he operates, and that he fired someone purely because they were a threat to his job, not because it was good for the company, purely because it was good for him. And there have been articles that have come out since the New York Times piece that definitely lean in that direction from very reputable sources. So if I'm Disney and I'm on that board, he ain't staying. But you know, money speaks louder in the corporate world than public perception. And that being said, the stock price is not in a good place. It's hovering around $100. It's pretty low compared to where it was. So either that's going to start going up and save him, or his head's going to roll, man. And I'm sure many of you will be very happy when that moment arrives. Of course, we will keep you in the loop as the process and all of this continues, with several months left on his contract. And of course, his first on-stage appearance in front of Disney fans coming up at D23, where there's the likelihood that he will be booed on stage. We will see how all of this plays out. Although progress has continued at a snail's pace at the TRON Lightcycle Run site in the Magic Kingdom, we finally caught the canopy itself lit up for the very first time, with the hexagonal patterns on the inside lit up for testing. Only a few of the light patterns underneath were being tested early in the evening, with one hexagonal pattern lit up entirely. Once evening set in, we could spot more full hexagons lit up with dots of white lights at intersecting points of the canopy support. The pattern will help create a stunning light presentation for guests both on the attraction and waiting for it in the evening, or even just those down below looking on. While we have no idea when exactly TRON Lightcycle Run will open to guests in the Magic Kingdom, we've been keeping a close eye on construction. Rumors point to an opening as late as sometime in 2023, though. I will say this, one of my favorite things about it in Shanghai is that lighting, and as the train launches and goes around, the lights follow with the pattern. It's very, very cool. With the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, Epcot has been packed with people, especially at the nearby Connections Café and Eatery, which opened on April 24th and is already failing to hold the sheer number of hungry guests in that vicinity. We mentioned before in a tweet, I specifically tweeted, the new eatery was going to need to increase seating and add some outdoors. You see the tweet now. And as summer approaches and brings a new crowd of park goers, the needs only increase. Well, Disney heard loud and clear what guests have been clamoring for, and they added more tables and chairs outside under the breezeway. So this is covered outdoor seating, which is perfect for the summer. It's great that this is a thing. I love to sit in the breezeway. It's not too bad out there. I love to sit there. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. One of the more unique features of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort will be sailing away next year. The Pirate Rooms, of course inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean and its film series, are set to be discontinued beginning in 2023. No official closing date for the rooms has been announced yet other than the year. In addition to pirate ship-themed beds, there are plenty of swashbuckling touches around the room, including a mini fridge hidden in a barrel and treasure chest-like footrests. The touches continue to the bathroom, where it has a mirror decorated with Aztec coins and brick-themed tile in the shower. When we spoke to a Disney representative, no reason behind the closure was given, though it's been speculated. Some are saying it's due to the beds being uncomfortable. I think it's time for a refresh, and they just don't want to order these again. That's the theory. I don't know. Of course, we have a room tour. We stayed here back in October of 2020. We have a room tour on the site. Also, a video right here on our YouTube channel. These are among top 5 for me hotel rooms at Disney World, and they're at a somewhat affordable price range compared to some of the other really cool rooms on property. So I'm very sad about this. There's been no shortage of merchandise to celebrate Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, but now a new item has arrived straight from a galaxy far, far away. The Star Wars Droid Factory R2W50 figure is $14.99. The droid in story hails from the planet Naboo, home to Queen, later Senator Amidala and Jar Jar Binks. An image of the Royal Palace in the city of Theed appears on the front. R2W50 marks the world's most magical celebration in an iridescent blue and gold color scheme. There's a short biography on the back. I'm going to read you this because it's very fun. R2W50 is unlike any other astromech droid in the galaxy. As a loyal astromech, R2W50 lives on Naboo, serving different members of the royal house. His droid build is similar to other classic R-series droids, but features an iridescent coloration on its body. Join R2W50 on his adventure across the galaxy. May the Force be with you and your droids. Of course, again, commemorating 50 years of the most magical place on Earth. We found this at the Emporium at the Magic Kingdom. New ear headbands inspired by Wanda Maximoff, a.k.a. the Scarlet Witch, as she appeared in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and the Ewoks of Star Wars have appeared at Walt Disney World. We found both also in the Emporium. The Scarlet Witch headband is $29.99. The Ewok one is $39.99. You got to pay extra for that genuine Ewok fur. Well, it's not real Ewok, folks. Calm down. While driving past the still closed Blizzard Beach water park this week, we spotted a towering yellow crane above the site, in line with permit filings we first reported on in April. The tall crane is different from the disassembled red crane we spotted at the parking lot last month. Disney did not announce exactly which rides are receiving refurbishment, but the laydown yard indicated in the permits is closest to runoff rapids on the red slopes and the downhill double dipper, snowstormers, and toboggan racers on the purple slopes. Permit filings from last month also indicate that a new attraction could be on the way to Blizzard Beach. The permit is to install show items. Contractor is Brilliant Fabrication, who also worked on other attractions like Cosmic Rewind. It's possible the show items are for a pre-existing attraction as well, or they could be getting something new. We just don't know at this time. Of course, Blizzard Beach closed for its annual refurbishment earlier this year. It was supposed to reopen in March, but is extended to May, and now, obviously, with this, it's going to be extended for quite some time. The D23 Expo, presented by Visa, kicks off on Friday, September 9th, and D23 has announced some of the biggest panels that will take place this year, and of course, among them, on Sunday, September 11th at 10:30 a.m., you can join Disney Parks Experiences and Products Chairman Josh D'Amaro for a look at Disney's boundless future. With announcements and updates on the magic happening around the world in the parks, on the high seas, at home, and beyond, attendees will get a behind-the-scenes look at the big dreams of Disney Imagineers. Every Disney fan will want to be a part of this special presentation full of exciting news and surprises. Of course, this is when we get all those big park announcements, and this is the first one post-COVID. So, of course, the rumor is Tomorrowland at Disneyland, but beyond that, it's unclear what else is going to be announced. We'll have to just wait and see, or maybe just stay tuned to WDWNT.com. Shanghai Disney Resort appears poised to emerge from its second extended closure as parts of the resort will reopen to visiting guests on June 10th. That's today. Starting on Friday, guests may visit Wishing Star Park, Blue Sky Boulevard, and the World of Disney store within Disney Town. Upon reopening, each of these resort locations will operate at a limited capacity with reduced hours of operation. Wishing Star Park will be open from 9 to 5, the World of Disney from 9 to 7, and Blue Sky Boulevard will operate from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., subject to actual operations. The Lakeshore boat rental service on Wishing Star Lake will resume operations on the same day. Guests may refer to the Shanghai Disney Resort official app for the latest information. While an opening date has yet to be announced for the park, the two hotels in Disney Town, this is certainly the first step towards a full reopening for Shanghai Disney, which of course will celebrate its 6th birthday next week. For the absolute latest Disney Park news, head on over to WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. If you noticed on my desk over here, we've got the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad board game. Funko was nice enough to send this to us. If you want to see us play through the game a bit and unbox it, you can see that it was on this week's episode of WDW News Tonight. So you got to check out that show. It's now available on demand. You can watch us unbox the game, see if it's worth picking up. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more content, click the bell for notifications, and hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, as Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Looking for the latest in Disney news on the go? Then download WDWNT the app. From news to videos to park hours and more, WDWNT the app is your one-stop shop for the latest from the Disney world. Available on iPhone and Android, just search for WDWNT in your device's app store.